What's going on, YouTubers? Goodang775. I'm back with another video, and this is my budget to baller edition of 4K TV HDR. What's going on, YouTubers? Goodang775. I'm back with another video, and this is my budget to baller edition, where these 5 TVs that I have first-hand knowledge and experience of. Okay, 2 of these TVs I don't own, or I have not, or I don't know anyone that's owned them, but I've spent excessive amount of time over at my local Best Buy, pissing them off, and even the Best Buy an hour away, coming in there, pressing the buttons, checking around the back to look at all the all the ports and whatnot. Yeah, I spent a lot of time with these two TVs. And the other 3 TVs on the list, I have first-hand knowledge. 2 of these TVs I own. That tells you something right there. And one of these TVs my friend down the street owns, and I helped him update it. Okay, I'll get into that later. But first off, the first TV I want to go ahead and talk about, okay, and this will be for, again, for my gaming audience, that love to game in 4K. This would be perfect. PS4 Pro, Xbox One S. Okay, this is the budget version of the Sony TVs I'm gonna list. Yes, I said TV, so 2 Sony TVs, which means plural. Okay. Is a Sony 55-inch 850D, XBR 850D, and it's got 4 HDMI ports, it's got 3 USB ports, 1 Ethernet port, 1 audio out, 1 component, and 1 composite. Okay, I got my little NVIDIA tablet here because no way I'm gonna remember everything. Okay, no way. But this TV has really great colors. Okay, it blows away the colors, I think, and the brightness on the other 2 TVs. Other 2 budget TVs on this list. Okay, this is like, but keep in mind that the price of this TV is just under $1,000 on sale. It's on sale right now, but I think it's gonna get cheaper come Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So keep an eye out for that. Right now, it's running for $997. I think it's gonna drop down to about $800, which would make it a good deal. Again, the colors are really bright and vibrant. The blacks are nice and deep, except this TV has no local dimming. Okay, if you don't know what local dimming is, it's basically the TV knows what parts of the TV is supposed to be bright at that time and what parts of the TV is supposed to be dark at that time. It knows to keep those areas bright and the dark areas dark, but this TV, it doesn't have that. It's like doesn't have common sense. Okay, that's why this TV is not really my first choice, but I put it on there because it's still a really good TV, and you would take a magnifying glass or a OCD person like myself to notice those differences. Okay, majority of people out there, they won't notice the difference. And I don't know if this TV has a 10-bit panel, but I think it does. Okay, I think it does, and it supports HDR, but not as much as a full effect as true HDR. Okay, there's sort of like a cap or limit on it. The thing is, the HDR that this TV has, it blows away the 2 other budget TVs on the list. Just keep that in mind. Okay, $1,000 price tag, no local dimming, really good HDR, really good colors. Okay, keep that in mind. Now the next TV, it's a step up. It's the baller version of it. Okay, this one comes in at $1,500 to $1,600. And it's a Sony 55-inch 930D. Okay, this one, again, it pretty much has the same ports. 4 HDMI ports, 3 USB ports. It's got 1 audio out, 1 Ethernet port, 1 component, 1 composite, and 1 digital audio out. So it has a bunch of ports. The thing is, it has Android TV as its OS. Okay, both Sony TVs have Android TV as their OS, and I think Android TV is very intuitive. Okay, because I use Android TV via my Android Shield TV box, which is really good. Okay, and the thing is, these TVs, they support mainly this TV has over 1100 nits of peak brightness. Okay, when I say peak brightness, I mean that's how bright this damn TV is. It's super bright. Okay, and I think this is the brightest TV out of the bunch. Okay, don't get me wrong, the other high-end TV on this list comes really close, but I think it edges that out just oh so slightly. Okay, and what I like about Sony, they keep there's a fair amount of connectivity. You know, you got the composite, digital audio, you got the components where I could use my old PlayStation 2 and chuck them on there if I did have one. So, which is really good. And again, this TV is a more powerful version of the other TV, and it fully takes advantage of triluminous display that it has. Okay, triluminous display and vibrant colors, deep blacks, and this TV, the 930D, has local dimming. And you see kind of a pattern here. I kept it at 55 inches for all these TVs. The first TV was 55 inch, so is this one. All of the TVs on the list are 55 inches because I think 55 inch, and a lot of other people think 55 inch is the sweet spot. Okay, that's the minimum size you should get when you're considering a 4K TV with HDR. Now moving on to Samsung. Okay, I have both of these TVs, so it's not going to be any surprise to my people who've been watching my videos. Okay, this is the first TV. I have a smaller version of this TV. I have the Samsung 43-inch version. This is the Samsung 55-inch KU6300. Okay, and what I think is better that Samsung put out with this TV is that it has a better OS. I know it's shocking. It's a lot of things out there, they're not better than Android, but Tizen, that's the OS that Samsung has. It's really smooth, very intuitive. It's got some great apps on it. Okay, I suggest you check it out. Go into the store, ask the people there at Best Buy, hey, can I play with this? That's what I do. But then again, I have both these TVs. Do that with all the TVs you have that are on this list, or whatever TV you're interested in buying. Always ask to play with it. Okay. Let's see, it has 3 HDMI ports, 2 USB ports, 1 Ethernet port, 1 audio out, 1 component, and 1 digital audio. Digital audio is optical. It's an optical out. The thing is, this TV, okay, these TVs, the Samsung TVs, get blown away by Sony's connectivity. Okay, this is missing a few things. This TV is missing a few things. Okay, it's only got 3 HDMI ports, where Sony has 4 standard on all of their TVs. So that sucks. And this TV also has HDR. Again, peak brightness. It's not as bright as the Sony TVs. HDR. It has HDR, but I don't think this TV is a 10-bit panel. I think it's an 8-bit panel. I'm 60% sure. I couldn't find any information about it. I asked the salesman. He said it was a 10-bit panel, but I took it with a grain of salt. I could be wrong. It could be a 10-bit panel. But when it comes to HDR on this TV, it does the job fairly well. Okay, it does my Xbox, my Gears 4, really nice. Okay, nice vibrant colors. The thing is, it caps it. Okay, this TV has a cap on its HDR. It's not as bright. Okay, not as vibrant as the HDR on the other two, the Sony X930D and the Sony 850D. Okay. But this TV, if you're on a budget, this TV comes in at about $750, maybe $800, which is a pretty good deal still yet, okay? And this is a really solid TV. So if you're, and I got it to work. I did in my videos. I got it to work perfectly with my Xbox One S. I got it to work with my PS4 Pro. Okay. So let's see what else. Now the next TV in this list, 55-inch Samsung KS8000. I did an unboxing of this TV as the last TV. I did an unboxing of that one too. The thing is, this TV is a more powerful version of that 6300. Okay, more bells and whistles. Okay, and this TV has 4 HDMI ports, so it's got one extra HDMI port. I think one of those is an ARC though. Okay, 3 USB ports, 1 Ethernet port, 1 audio out, 1 digital audio out. The thing is, this TV, it loses the component part, okay, which is sad because I had my components for my component cables for my PS2. They work on the thing. All 3 TVs I mentioned before, the KU6300 and the 2 Sony TVs, but they won't work on this one because it has no components. So that's a bummer. Okay, I didn't want to bother buying an HDMI to component, adapter or whatever. It would look crappy anyway, I think. But And if you're considering the Samsung KS9000, I would suggest you take a good look at the Samsung KS8000, because in the United States, they have the same internals as the Samsung KS9000. It's more expensive, brother or sister or whatever, and you get by far the deepest of blacks. When it comes to brightness, this TV comes really close to the Sony XBR 930D. I mean really close, but I think the 930D edges it out just a little. I mean that much. It's gonna be hard to tell, but you really need a like a magnifying glass, or you really need to be paying attention to that screen to even notice the difference. But I think the 930D edges out the Samsung KS8000 when it comes to brightness. Now, when it comes to colors and whatnot, they all look pretty good to me. Okay, maybe the 8000 and 930D look slightly better than the 850D is right below it. Then that's KU6300 is right there underneath those four. Okay, now I'm gonna get to the final TV on my list that I have extensive knowledge, first-hand experience with, and this is my buddy's TV, 55-inch Hisense H8C. He lives down the road from me. Okay, and I mentioned in the comments down below on my budget 4K TVs that this TV wasn't up to par. It didn't have HDR when it first released. It didn't work with the Xbox One S, and there was a lot of people upset with it. But thanks to some other YouTubers, Sega Forever and his comment section, I'm gonna leave links to their channels down below. Thanks, guys. I got it updated. I updated his TV, and for now, if you buy a 55-inch Hisense H8C and it doesn't have those green check marks when you hook it up to your Xbox One S, and the HDR is not there via, it wasn't updated, just go ahead, call Hisense. They can run you through the direction on how to get HDR update on this TV. And I'm listing this TV on here because it's the cheapest of the bunch. Okay, it offers the best value for your money. I think it does, because the Hisense TV, the colors are really nice, vibrant. Okay, not as nice as the others. Pretty close to what the Samsung KU6300 is. Very close, but there's not a night and day difference, but there's a pretty big difference when it comes to this Hisense H8C compared to the Sony XBR 930D and the Samsung KS8000. There's a pretty significant difference after a while. Okay, it takes a while to get used to it. Okay, you have to be really OCD and look at the TV to notice the differences. But still, for the normal person, the Hisense H8C is going to do everything they want. Okay, it offers deep, vibrant colors, dark blacks, and it offers HDR at a budget, by the way. Even though it has a 10-bit panel, it doesn't offer true HDR like the other TVs, like the Samsung KS8000 and the Sony XBR 930D. Those two TVs, I think, offer really true HDR. Okay, but this TV offers HDR to a point where it allows colors to be vibrant up to a certain point. Then there's a cap. Okay, it just caps it off. So that's a bummer. It's a bummer. But okay, it's not a deal breaker by any means. Okay, keep in mind this TV is $500. Okay, if you're an Amazon Prime member, $500 shipped to your house. You can't get more budget than that. I hate to say it. But yeah, it's a really great TV. All of these TVs are great, and other honorable mentions that I thought were really good were the LG 8500 TVs series, 2016 models, by the way. 2016 models for everything, okay? Don't bother getting 2015 models, okay? And the Vizio P series TVs. Those TVs look really good, but I just did not have enough time to spend with those TVs in store, because by the time I was done playing with the Sony TVs, they would kind of usher me out. Well, they didn't usher me out. It's just that I saw them giving me looks and it felt really uncomfortable. So I went ahead and I left, and I would spend about 1 to 2 hours a week at those Best Buys, at my local Best Buy and at the Best Buy down an hour away from us. So yeah, I did a lot of research on these TVs, and I hope you folks like this information, and hopefully it provides you some information of your own. That way you can make your own decision to picking up yourself your first 4K TV if you don't already have one, or another 4K TV, you know, for your gaming room or whatnot. Now, these TVs, I say if you're a college student and you can't really fit these TVs into those college dorms and whatnot, I would opt for the lower end models, like especially the Samsung KU6300 43-inch. It's really nice. I have the 43-inch version. It fits perfectly fine in my office. Perfect for tight spaces. Okay? But yeah, that was my video, and I hope you folks like this video. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel for more videos every few days. If you didn't like this video, hit that dislike button. Let me know in the comments down below. I do appreciate that criticism. This is Gadang775. Thanks for watching. Peace out.